Welcome to the Trevor Tysman Show. Today's topic is going to be how much exercise do you need to stay in shape as you age? Now, there's two different formats here, right? We've got youth athletics that I train often. That is going to be a different format than the 30s, 40s, 50s, the adult population trying to stay in shape. If you want to optimize youth athletics, there is a completely different protocol than what is required as you age. In my mind, the way that you get older is being able to maintain your athletic abilities enough to do things that make you happy. So if you are a recreational athlete and want to do slow pitch softball, if you want to be able to just continue to exercise to stay healthy. My grandpa is 95 years old and he swims in like the senior Olympic kind of deal, right? Super athletic. Lots of swimming, lots of cardiovascular work. But if you haven't listened to any type of the research in the past, 5-10 years of how important it is to have cardiovascular skills, that's kind of the wrong way to put it, not skills. But, if you have the cardiovascular abilities of someone 10 to 15 years younger than you in the elite level, there's a lot of new research coming out that is by far one of the most important things you can do outside of stopping smoking to give you more longevity of it in your life. So if you haven't really absorbed or tried to really comprehensively set up a workout program that you're going to continue to do, in a sense, you're almost guaranteeing a shorter life. I don't know that I'm all on board that genetics don't play a major role in how long you're going to live, literally by the number. But I would say, I would think it would be safe to really understand that probably all the decisions we're making is literally subtracting the amount of time that we get to live in this general length of life. Say you had 100-year ability genetically. Some people don't have that. There's a lot of people that have heart issues and things that are genetically inclined, or I guess you might even call it decline. They're going to be set up to not be able to live to be 100 years old based on their body type. And that's just the way it is. It's a tough pill to swallow. But I don't see how you wouldn't find motivation wanting to get on an exercise program knowing that you're subtracting years off your life without keeping a healthy heart. So I would say that in this video, let's kind of review the bare minimum. I've been training large groups of people for a really long time in a weight loss, strength training, overall general fitness concept. I did 60-day boot camp style workouts with large groups for a really long time. And I recorded data like crazy. I've recorded data on myself. I've recorded data on my workout partner for almost a decade now. So you can kind of see the variations in the amount of weight you could lose, body fat, or strength you can gain, all by just looking at the numbers. And I tell you, the norms are kind of insane to see what that last bit of effort will get you. That old 80-20 rule where, 80% of the effort will get you basically 100% of the happiness. Something along those lines. I don't know that I haven't twisted it in my own mind to make this thing seem more relevant to me. But, that last 20% is very difficult to achieve. That last 20% requires almost more effort than the first 80%. But with everything in this workout world, if you give, a little bit of effort, you can get 80% of the results. And that's kind of where I find most people find themselves able to actually achieve. If you're working out 7 days a week, working your tail off, not overtraining, eating perfectly, sleeping right, you probably will have much more results than someone that's doing a 3-day-a-week workout program. But I tell you, I haven't met a whole lot of people that sit on a 7-day workout regimen perfectly really, really working to get the right muscle groups on the right days that can stick to it for long periods of time. And if they do it for a couple years, maybe even 5, maybe 10, all of a sudden complete burnout takes place and their workout regimen is next to nothing. So what I've always suggested, or even found in the data of all these people that I've collected information on, is, you can get an awful lot of results with 3 days a week. And I know it sounds crazy. I'm not even selling you something. I'm not trying to tell you, hey, buy this 3-day-a-week workout program. That's not what I'm doing. I'm literally just saying that if you work out 3 days a week and it's probably 40 minutes at a time and maybe just do a little walking here and there in between, don't just be a bum eating potato chips, all of the benefits that you'll feel in your body, the flexibility, the strength that you have, the quality of sleep that you get, the energy that you have throughout the day, you can achieve that pretty much in 3 days of exercising. Now, I would say it's very focused exercise. It's not just, hanging out and talking. You're working out pretty rigorously and trying to get results in those 3 days. But if you commit yourself to those 3 days, I'm telling you, you'll get a majority of the results that you'll need. Now, all that's kind of like a package deal that sounds all great, but what does it really mean? What would you really have to do to get the most results with the least amount of effort? And I would say the Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing just always seems to be pretty simple. If you can work out on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and of course, I know that it would be great if you could work out on Saturday and Sunday. But if you have kids or you have anything else going on in your life, Saturday and Sunday is very difficult unless you're a morning bird before your kids. And I tell you what, at 5:30 in the morning, you're not often going to find me in the gym. I just don't like working out that early. In my schedule, if I got up before my kids woke up, I think absolutely that would be the time that I would need to exercise on a Saturday or Sunday. But at this point in my life, I'm busy playing with kids and just trying to catch some sleep. I got a really young child that likes to get up too early anyway. So that's not going to happen for me in my life. That's why I suggest the Monday, Wednesday, Friday makes it pretty easy. But let me also say, if you can't make it on one Friday, you can move it to Thursday. If you can't make it on a Wednesday, you can move it to Tuesday. It doesn't need to be a set every other day. You just kind of change your workouts around. Now, I've done a zillion style workouts, bodybuilding splits, pushes and pull days. I've done 7 days a week. I've done 5 days a week. I've done exercise routines that's every single muscle group every single day. Much lighter weight, more repetitions. I've done strength training versions where you're just going for power and explosiveness, 5 reps or less. I've alternated muscle groups, 1 muscle group per day. I've done about every format of exercise that you can find. And after all of the information I've gathered, I don't know that I would say that there's anything better for the average Joe than 3 days a week, full body workout. And the only reason I say that is just the level of commitment that most people are willing to do, or a lifer is willing to do. Because, as I get older, I'm not so much interested in just having like a raging 6-pack. Would it be great? Sure. Why not? Everybody loves the idea of that. I don't need to set a bench press record. I'm not a bodybuilder anymore doing those kinds of things. I'm not striving for that. But I tell you what, I want to be in good shape and I want to last for a long time and I want to feel good. I don't want to, run into a lot of health issues. I want to be strong and do the athletic style exercises and or activities that I would like to do. And I think that I would probably relate with most anybody I've ever worked with that is the realization that they've come to. And if that's the new norm, if that's the new goal, I'm not saying you can't be the best at that. I've never really been one to not want to strive to be the best of the best of the best. But, when you've worked out since I think I've started working out when I was maybe 12 years old. I got obsessed with it. That's why I do what I do, And when you've worked out for that many years, your goals slowly change. When you have kids, your goals change. When you don't have kids, you got different goals, But overall, I would say the longevity aspect of it kind of creeps in your life one day throughout this. And if you want to last forever, overtraining is not going to help you. If you want to last forever, there's certain things you need to be doing. Strong, stable core, mobility in your lower half, a strong heart is all going to get you where you want to go. And then you kind of have a much more fulfilled life. I want to get all philosophical on you. I'm just basically more or less in a nutshell. I'm telling you, 3 days a week, you can get amazing results as long as you're still being a little bit mobile. And what I mean by that is you can keep a pretty strong looking physique with 3 day a week of weight training and simply living life and moving outside of those days. So does that mean like Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday, I do nothing? No, I'm moving constantly with my kids. I might be doing bike rides with them, might be outside playing soccer, kicking the ball back and forth. I'm trying to move. And I use my Apple Watch, believe it or not, quite a bit. I don't turn on the exercise app anymore. I believe that it inflates your numbers so much and gives you kind of a false sense of security to mess up on what you're eating. But I use that red activity number all the time. I think that number is a good representation of just moving, because if you can find your baseline, what is it that's holding this body weight where you're at, and either more is going to make you gain weight, less will make you lose weight. It's pretty much that simple. Activity expenditure. So if you're getting a really consistent red number on an Apple Watch, and this is just an example, you can use whatever you want, or maybe you just are really confident in knowing how much you're moving. But on like a Tuesday when I'm not weightlifting, it's not zero. I'm still trying to move. So generally this 3-day-a-week exercise protocol is the bare minimum if you're also considering that you're still going to move. It's not a sit on your butt all the other times of the day, play video games if you're into that, just read books, no, this is living a semi-active lifestyle on any given day, moving around, getting some steps in, maybe going on a walk, being social with your family. Those kind of things are also required within this 3-day-a-week strength training. But if you focus on those 3 days a week of, maybe an upper body, lower body, full body, or even full body is probably more effective for most. But I just can't help but continually blend in like bodybuilding techniques. I enjoy exercising with heavy weights when I feel good. And when I don't, it's more of a scaled back, higher rep range, 3-day-a-week type of exercise regimen. So I guess I'll dig in a little bit deeper into this. I don't want to make this video too awful long, but if you're evaluating what kind of exercise program you're trying to do in 2022, I would say think about your overall goal. Are you trying to be a bodybuilder? Are you trying to run a marathon? Are you trying to live forever? What is the real goal at which you want to achieve? And if you find yourself kind of in no man's land, it's a bad place to be. No man's land basically means you skip a whole bunch of workouts. You don't have much motivation to get any which way, whether it be gaining weight or losing weight or meeting a strength goal. And it's a tough place to be. You're just going through the motions, which is fine. But, think about putting longevity as your goal. If that's the case, then you've got to work your heart and you got to do it consistently. And without building a good foundation of strength in your 30s, 40s, 50s, well, it's very difficult to build any kind of a foundation after that point. So you got to focus on what you can build in the long run. If you want to be 90 and still be able to get up and move all around and do things, well, then you have to have some strength pre-80 to even have a shot at that. So think about what you want to achieve. If you're only going to do anything halfway, then you might as well find something that you can go all out with, just for your own psyche, for your own dominating life and being better at things. Find something that you want to do great and then do it great.